Welcome to Drive Time with KJ. I'm your host, KJ Bell. This is the show where I get in my car, I start driving, and I complain about things. Today, we're talking about why college is awful. Because it is. It's awful. I mean, yes, you go and you do a bunch of learning and you meet people and you shape the rest of your life. But that don't mean it's all great. I mean, for one thing, you have to be responsible, right? You have to get yourself to class. And it's really hard to get yourself to class sometimes. And the problem is that, you have these classes where the professors don't care. So you fail the class because you don't go to class. Which is really dumb when you think about the fact that a lot of college classes, you can pass them just by showing up and breathing and saying 3 words once a semester. That's all it takes. But you fail it just because you didn't go. This is great. I love this. Why are you turning into that alley anyway? And you're gonna run that lady over? Okay, cool. Oh, you weren't turning, you were making a U-turn. And then you'll have classes on different days and at different times, and sometimes with gigantic gaps in between them, so you really have to keep track of things, right? And those of you who had block schedules in high school, we get it. You already had different classes on different days. We bow before you and your school district's superior philosophy, okay? We get it. And God forbid you have an 8 a.m. class in college. It's just, it's hell. It's hell on earth. And it doesn't make any sense because for 12 years before that, you woke up to get to school at 8 or thereabouts. And after you get done with college, you're going to have to get up and be at work that early or earlier. I don't understand why it's so hard in college. It's like a Herculean effort. The other problem is too, depending on the size of your college or your campus, your next class could be right next door, or it could be, across town, and you have 10 minutes to get there. And parking is always awful on a college campus. I don't care where you went to school, it's always awful. Doesn't matter. Would love to go sometime, but not sure when it'll be. And on the responsibility front, you have to do your own laundry and your own dishes and all that sort of stuff. And if you've never done it before, you have to figure it out. And sometimes you have to figure out things that you didn't even know that you didn't know. Like how to get grass stains out of the crotch of your jeans. I still don't know how that happened. It still bothers me. So you were just in high school and people were treating you like a kid, right? And now you're just expected to be a full-blown adult, overnight. And you have to deal with okay, yes, you were just a child. We didn't trust you with any responsibility. Now go figure out taxes and insurance and all of the things to keep yourself alive. What? Makes no sense to me. But, that's life. Yeah, did you know, did you seriously not hear that? Okay. And I'm never turning left here. Should have never tried. And then you have the classes, right? And you will inevitably have to take some class that you have taken some form of, or at least part of. My first math class in college was basically Algebra 2. I don't know if I tested badly or what, but I took that class and it was all Algebra 2. I was okay, I've done all of this. I've done literally all of this. All right, cool, I'm bored out of my skull. Or you've taken a class somewhere else and the credit doesn't completely transfer. So when I was in high school, I took chemistry at the local community college at night. And then where I actually went to college, the credit transferred, but not as a science with a lab, which is another dumb thing. It's you need this science, but you also need science with a lab, without a lab, but also a science. So I just retook chemistry because I was I've done this. Let's just make it easy. And I did it as a summer course. So 8 a.m. 8 a.m. every day for the month of June. one year, I went to chemistry class for 2 hours. It was a joyous occasion, and I should have never done it. Oh crap, and now I'm the dick. Okay. Oh, and okay, cool, that's fine. Oh, but if I'm a dick, then the person behind me, wow, okay. Because I went through that when it was yellow, orange, if you will. These people today, I swear to God, you'll have your general education requirements, right? And if you put those off, like I didn't take like composition my first couple of, like my freshman and sophomore year. I waited until my junior year because there was a professor who was retiring in the music department, and I wanted to take a couple of classes with them before they retired. So I took those instead of taking like the space with composition. But then that meant that I was a junior or a senior, don't remember, it's been a while, in a freshman composition class, which was frustrating for a multitude of reasons that I don't even want to get into it. I really don't. They were so dumb. They were so dumb. And you would think a 3-4 year age gap wouldn't be that different, but at that age it is. Oh, you're 34, I'm 30, that's like not that big of a deal. Oh, you're 18 and I'm 22, you're a child. You're a child. You're straight up a child. Oh, pedestrian with a giant neck tattoo. Wow, is that a raccoon? Okay. And then there are some classes that you'll find really interesting and you're like, I really want to take that. And you take it, or you've heard good things about it, right? And then you take it and the professor is awful. And that is all sorts of frustrating, especially if you have a friend who is taking that same class that is taught by a different professor who is actually cool. Ugh, I'm not bitter. Not at all. Okay, now I'm hot.
I'm cold.
I guess here's a solution. Turn the air slightly up so that there is air, but it's not so cold. I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree. Yes, I do. In music education. Speaking of professors, they can be complete and utter dicks. It's like, okay, we get it. You have a doctorate. You're better than everyone. We bow before thee. Like, ugh. It's doctor, actually. Like, I get wanting to have the title that you earned. Like, you put in the work for that. I get it. But, like, there's a difference between, hey, Mr. So-and-so, doctor, and it's doctor. Like, difference. Big difference there. And then we come to drinking. Yes, you get to drink, you get to have fun, you get to party. When you're 21, of course, because that's responsible. No, you should never party and drink before you are legally able to. So you get to do that, but you also learn the dark sides, like the blacking out, the vomiting, the hangovers. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, come. Yes, I'm letting you in. I'm letting you in, so go. I am being nice for once. Oh, and oh, gee, okay. And then there's the balancing things, right? Because like you'll have homework. And if you're a music major, you'll have to practice. That was my thing. And you often have to get a job so that you can pay the bills. But then you have to do the homework so that you can get the thing to get the job to pay the future bills. And it's like, what, huh? If only college weren't so freaking expensive. Wouldn't that be nice? Or if, jobs paid better, that would also be nice. Either of those scenarios would be nice. Yeah, you could have gone before the lady got there, but no, you just wanted to block traffic. Okay, it's fine. What are people stupider today? More stupid? Are people dumber today? Like, what is happening? There seem to be more morons on the road. Just saying something, because there's always morons on the road. And then there's the whole, like, deciding what you want to do, right? Like, what is your major going to be? And you will run into people who will change their major 5 times and somehow still graduate in 3 years. It's so weird. And there's like this gigantic pressure, especially if you had a very intense guidance counselor in high school to like figure it out. You must do it. Get your major. Do it now. Know what you must. Guess what? College doesn't care. And sure, that could be because the longer you're there, the more money they can squeeze out of you. But, you know, it's not as big of a deal as they make it out to be. And half the time, 10 years after you graduate, you won't be doing something that you majored in. Sorry about it. Okay, what? Okay, get in the lane. If you're gonna turn left, get in the lane. Jesus. And dealing with all your prerequisites for whatever your major is, like that can be a hassle because depending on what it is, sometimes you will have classes that they don't offer every year, right? So you have to figure out, okay, so I have to take this in this year or I can't graduate for another year and a half. Those are fun. That's really, really fun. Just a real joy and a treat to deal with. And of course, the biggest reason that college is awful is it's expensive as hell. If you don't get 1,000 scholarships, you're basically guaranteed to be swimming in student loan debt by the time you get out. And it's monstrous. And you have to eat while you go to school. I suppose that's why ramen was invented. And peanut butter and jelly. I hope you're not having those at the same time. That sounds gross. I picked the wrong day to do this. Because I'm in a mood. So that's it for this episode of Why High School is Awful. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all of those things. Yes, I am turning, yes. Do all of that stuff and follow me on all of the things at that KJ Bell. I am getting gas now because I've been driving a lot for you people. That doesn't sound pretentious at all, right? So yeah, may your drive be better than mine. Why do I live here? Are you? My God. What an, oh my God. What is happening? Legitimately, what is happening today? I do not understand what's going on. This can't just be because I'm in a mood, right? Like, does Mercury go back into retrograde? Did that happen? Is Saturn misaligned with Mars? And now we've got this water truck just in the middle of the, what the hell? And a bicyclist, of course. Love a bicyclist. Okay. I'm gonna be able to do just a compilation of my road rage one of these days.